All right, we're live. I hope. We're talking about in the chat here ahead of time. Mike's hungry. Mike's always hungry. Lois is talking about her world famous apple crumble, which we haven't had in a long time. We have apples in the fridge, though, Lois. If you take a drive here, you can make them. But you have to bring a casserole pot too, because that one's gone. But the French apple tart sounds really good. Well, we've got quite a few people here already, so we'll get started. So for this one, this is a different one. I have not made this recipe before. It's when Susan had asked a couple of episodes ago about something to make with chickpeas. I started researching on YouTube and on the internet, and I found kind of a neat. I did break your dish, Lois. Yeah, by mistake. I did find a neat. Oh, Nada's here. Hi. I did find a kind of a neat recipe online that was for this recipe for chickpea and peanut butter soup, and it was kind of the recipe I saw looked pretty good, but they did it more kind of like a broth. I guess brothy would be the best way to say it. This one I'm going to make a little bit more, maybe not so much stock in it, just to make it more kind of like stew's not the right word either, really. So it's going to be soup, but soup stew. Because what it will be good for, I hope it turns out, is if you want to have it with a little bit more like broth for soup, would be to have it by itself. But if you were to not have as much, if you're wanting to have it with rice or something like that, I think it would work well is to kind of omit some of the stock instead of putting the stock that I'm going to put in. Just do a bit less, and then you can kind of have it like it's almost like going to be like a curry kind of idea or a stew to put on top of rice. So something different like that. But it's pretty simple for Stella's here. Hey, Stella. Sorry, we're not cooking hot dogs today. It's a pretty simple recipe. It sounds weird with the peanut butter, but I think it's going to work. So if you look in the description of the video, I did list the ingredients, so you can take a look there if you want to go back and kind of know what we're going to put in there. So I didn't put the ratios or how much of everything, but we're going to make kind of enough for 2 people here with a bit of leftovers. So I've got no salt added chickpeas. So if you are buying canned chickpeas, we always look and check out the no salt ones. Sometimes you have to look at the bottom, like more the bottom of the shelf. But it's available in most stores. So no salt chickpeas. We've got some no salt added diced tomatoes as well. So we'll have that in there. And then we're going to chop up an onion. And we're going to dice up some carrots for this as well. And then to make it, we do have a pepper left over. We're going to use up. We had this in the freezer. We pulled it out. So we're going to chop that up. A little bit of garlic. You could also put some different vegetables in this as well. So if you want to do, like we have some chicken. I do have some chicken left over too. I'm going to chop up and put it in at the end. But if you wanted to make it like strictly vegetarian, vegan even, add some different vegetables. By all means, you could add. You could chop up some broccoli really small. You'd want the florets pretty small, so it kind of goes good with the soup. It would be good with cauliflower as well if you wanted to add cauliflower in there. So definitely some options there. You don't have to put any chicken in. And the stock that I'm going to use, Lois asked that question. The stock I'm going to use I have some veggie stock that we bought. So I'm going to use some of that. So at the beginning, it's basically going to be like a vegan recipe. But I just got some chicken left over that I'm going to toss in at the end. So you can have it with chicken, you can have it without. It's up to you. But the main thing is basically the chickpeas. Oh, and I forgot. We've got peanut butter here as well. So peanut butter is going to go in there too. And I think everybody's here. We've got lots of people watching. So it's kind of cool. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully everybody had a good, turn this up a little bit. Hopefully everybody had a good couple days. It's weird. I'm just going to say it's Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. This week's actually gone pretty fast, which is good. Yeah, I've got my Christmas shirt on, Christmas snack shirt. And like stretchy yoga pants on the bottom. So not getting dressed up for these. I should get I need to get an apron or something like that. I think maybe for the show, maybe put my face on there or something like that. A sponsor. Someone wants to sponsor the show. We could get a sponsored apron. Susan's here. This is a recipe that Susan asked about. So let's get started. I've got some tea I'm sipping on. So hopefully you guys have, everybody here, the guys and girls that have something to drink, maybe some wine, maybe something else. Let me know what you're doing. And then we'll get going. So first things first, I am going to open the can of tomatoes, because what I want to do is actually we're gonna strain off a lot of the water from the go fund me for an apron. Exactly. Well, Nadia's having wine, vino. So what I'm going to do is we'll open the cans of this, because what I want to do for the tomatoes is to strain them, some of the water out of there. But at the same time, I'm going to use the same strainer. I'm going to open up the chickpeas just to strain them off as well, because you want to give them they're always kind of like really kind of goopy, so you want to just give them a rinse off of all the water and stuff that's on the piece. So we're gonna rinse those off. I'm gonna pour the tomatoes in the same colander of the chickpeas, and just let the tomatoes drain down the sink while we get everything else ready. And so ask any questions, just let me know as we go here. Wear Ziva's a large apron when you're cooking and filming. Oh, that's Dean saying. That's too funny. Oh, Salvador's here. Hi, Salvador, coming from Italy. I don't even, what time is it in Italy right now, Salvador? I don't know if you can understand English. Maybe Nadia can translate. Ask what time it is. It's probably late there. So we'll get all this ready. I'm going to start off. I washed these carrots already. I've washed everything. So I'm just going to do the onion first here. And because this is a soup, 1 a.m. in Italy, up late to watch the cooking show. And I'm just going to use half of this onion just for this recipe. We don't need to use I don't use a full one. If we were doubling it up, we'd probably use a bit more, but we're going to have quite a bit here. So. And I do want to dice pretty small, because we are kind of making a soup, right? With a bit of with a broth. So we want to be able to eat it, with a spoon. So everything's going to be cut up pretty small. Super sexy apron. Oh yes, just an apron. Yeah, I'll just wear an apron. Get more views maybe, but I think they probably kick me off YouTube pretty quickly. I don't think that would work. So dice some onion there. We'll do some diced carrots as well. Probably 1 or 2. So for diced carrots, I don't know if I've done a video, but cut one of the ends off, and then you can get a flat surface to work from. And then just go through. Like so. So we have a nice little, some diced there. And then, like I said before, you could do some other vegetables on there as well. If you're doing broccoli or cauliflower, you still want to chop it up fairly small. That's probably enough. So chopped up, or not chopped, dice onion, diced carrots, and we'll cut the pepper up. This was frozen, so it's a little bit It never defrosts. Whenever it defrosts, it never. It's kind of never the same. But we're gonna dice this up too to put in there. But just cut it in half. We'll put the seeds in as well. They're not. This pepper's not that spicy. But then what you can do is just kind of cut it in half this way, and then we'll just dice it as well. Here we go. What cooks quicker, Lois? Sorry, I don't understand like the size, or what's the question? Diane's here. Hey, Diane. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody, but welcome. Thanks for tuning in. It's kind of neat that everybody's still watching these videos. I think we've got the most people on so far, so that's kind of cool. We got about 20 people watching this, so that's kind of neat. Thanks, everybody. Dicing good question, Lois. So dicing versus chopping. Well, I mean, chopping would be, turn this up. Chopping is kind of more rough cut, whereas like diced in, if we're talking cooking, being, actually cooking style, like diced is more like small cubes. It just has to do with how it's sized. So I would say like chopped is probably less precise cut, it's just chopped up more different sizes, where diced you'd have a similar size, similar sizes. Just a bit more precise, I guess, would be the best way to do it. And then I'm gonna put a clove of, I got a clove of garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna put in there as well. So we'll just cut the end off and peel it. We're doing I don't know if Freddie was woohooing the Instant Pot, but we're gonna use the Instant Pot again today. This is the staple of every, I think it's been the staple of almost every video using this, because it's so simple. Good question, Lois. It doesn't really affect, I mean, the flavor is going to be the flavor. It is going to cook faster in a soup because they're smaller, right? Like if we're doing a soup, more soup style, you want them smaller because it's going to cook and you can eat it with your spoon. Whereas like if it was a stew, it's probably, or like more home style, it's maybe a bit more chunky. It's just going to take longer to cook too. So we'll put that in after. So we've got Instant Pot is on saute. So we'll let it heat up. And I've got, what we're going to do is with the peanut, like the peanut butter we're going to put in at the end, but I figured this out. You know when you buy the natural peanut butter and it always kind of separates and you get that oil on the top? Instead of like dumping it out or stirring it in, I'm going to use that oil to cook off and saute off all the onions and vegetables in the pot. So we'll use some of that oil up instead of just getting rid of it. And that'll give it some of the flavor, the peanuts too, because it's all in there. I lost the lid. There it is. Yeah, so we use that up. Oh, Kelsey's here. I'm trying to figure out a way to move the cooking pot over on the island here so everybody can see, but I got to find an extension cord that fits so we can plug it in, and then you'll be able to hopefully see it a bit better some of the next videos. But for the meantime, it's back there. So you hear sizzling. It's going to dump in the vegetables. And it already smells like It already smells like peanuts in here, so let those go for a bit. Yeah. If some of the peanut butters though you buy, like it doesn't have the it only seems to be the natural ones I find that are just peanuts that separate. So just to kind of use it up because it'll always kind of separate a little bit. Yeah, Amazon delivery. Well, I'll take a look tomorrow because we're gonna go out in the more. We're like getting super low on fresh vegetables, especially. So we are going to go to the grocery store early in the morning tomorrow to get a load of like groceries with some fresh stuff. We got lots of canned food and pasta and all that kind of stuff, but we need some more fresh vegetables for sure. So we're gonna do another load like pickup for the week or two. So we'll get some more stuff. So if anybody has something that they're maybe thinking of cooking that you want me to try and see if I can find in the store, I'll leave a comment at the video or send me a Facebook message and I'll try and see if I can find it to try and cook it if there's something. I was actually thinking you can't find it anywhere. You can't find flour to bake anything, and because I wanted to get flour to make pizza dough. I've got a really good pizza dough recipe that I used to make all the time. But there's no flour in any of the stores, so I'll look for that as well as yeast. And I also have a really good scone recipe. Scones would be good in the morning with coffee. So we'll saute that off. And then we did cheat with the broth, but it's the boxed bouillon broth. You could make your own vegetable stock, but this is just as easy. So you can use that up because we used this the other day. I made like a potato and chicken stew kind of thing. So some leftovers of that we'll use up. So into the pot, before I put the chickpeas and tomatoes in, I want to put the garlic in there. Oh, Jason's just asking who's on here. There's lots of people. Freddie, there's Lois, Christine's here, Sam's on. Jason's gonna come say hi. They might not be able to hear you because I have my mic right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we looked. Oh, Sam, you asked for almond butter. Yeah, that would work. Why not? Yeah, why not? Almond peanut butter. Why not? Yeah. Bakeries, flours. Yeah, we'll have to maybe see what we can find. And then, the online pickups are super delayed. It's like a week and a bit. Must be having lots of people do that. So. Oh, they can hear you if you talk. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. So some chili flakes because it is going to be spicy. So we'll put some chili flakes in there. That's kind of to taste, I guess, to see how much you like, how much spice you want. Now we really just have to let this simmer. We're not going to put the peanut butter in till the very end. Okay, so I haven't forgot that. Some stock. And then we just let that simmer. So as you can see, pretty easy. If you're wanting to maybe have some rice on the side, this would be the time to probably start some rice if you have a rice cooker or something like that. But we're just gonna have it by itself. So Good question, Nadia. Yeah, it is low sodium stock, but you know what? You really have to still. This is what we've learned looking at labels. As a lot of things they say, like for example, like this one is no salt added, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it has no salt. So you really do have to double check double check the labels if you're trying to reduce your salt when you're eating. This one's still pretty good, but if you be careful, like some of the prepackaged soups and stuff like that, like the low salt ones aren't actually really that low. They're just like, they'll say like 50% less salt as the regular soup, but the regular soups are like loaded, and then the low salt ones are still too much or a lot. So you have to really be careful with that. Oh, Liz is here. She's late. That's okay, Liz. Just gonna go up the questions here. Scones, yes, Tam, I'm gonna make scones. I wanna make like blueberry or raspberry scones. So we'll make those. Better late than never. You missed, Liz, you missed all the work. It's just waiting now, pretty much. I could make jam. But I mean, I have to wait till fresh berries are out here. It's like minus, what is it, minus 11, 12. So it's going to be a while for the berries. You might have to make them with frozen berries. Ship berries. I make a good, I'm trying to think, strawberry jam I like, raspberry jam. Yeah, berries, right? It's like, I was cooking the chicken earlier on the barbecue outside. It was like I had my my puffy jacket on. It was so cold. All right, make sure this is still going. Yes. So it really just has to simmer at this point, and I'll keep an eye on the spice with what we need. Yeah, 22. It's only 22 there. Say, Susan, not 28. Not summer. Not some. I know everybody. You can see who's from Alberta and who's from BC when they go like, "What the?" with the temperature. Okay, sautéing, waiting. I am going to taste it a little bit, just to see how the spice is. This is the kind of soup though that almost like the second day would be better than tonight, once it's kind of, because it's with the tomatoes and everything kind of simmering, that it always seems to be better when you heat it up the next day. But that's okay. So I'm just going to taste the spice. Oh, here, here's another hotel trick. So when you're tasting, we always use, like, this is how we did it actually in the hotel. We have two spoons a lot of times if you're repeatedly tasting stuff, because what you do is you taste it with one, you put it in the spoon, and you eat with the other one, and then you can still use this spoon without contaminating the pot. I guess you just have to remember what one you put in your mouth. So maybe it's just easier to wash them anyways. But if we were, a lot of times it would be a bunch of, if you're making soup and everybody wanted to try, that's what we would do. Everybody would have their spoon, and then we'd taste, and then everybody would taste, and then decide what everybody has their. This is the thing with when you're cooking and making recipes in the kitchen, you always like, come on, try the soup. What is it? And I think, or whoever's making it, it's like, this is the best soup ever, and then people taste it and they go, no, it needs more pepper, needs more salt, needs more oregano, needs more whatever. So you can actually win. But it's tasting good. A little bit of bite with the spice, but it's not crazy. So yeah. It'll be good. The tomatoes still need to kind of cook. They still, the raw kind of tomatoey taste is still kind of there. It needs to kind of simmer and go. Looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, the spoon trick, Christine. There you go. If for people that are watching, Christine's been doing. Go check out Christine Turner if you're not subscribed to her channel as well. Thanks again for the shout out on my channel as well, Christine. But she's been doing some recipes on her channel with cooking different dishes from different countries. They did I think I mentioned last time they did like a salsa and sauce one, and then she did one with a mac and cheese, and it looked really good, really good. Yeah. Susan, good question. Salt. So at the beginning, I guess, I mean, I was never, this will really depend on who you ask, right? Because I know with Jason, he was he always liked chips and salty snacks and that kind of stuff. Whereas for me, I'm not a big salty snack eater, like with chips and stuff. You do miss, I guess you do miss it, but you replace it to use different things to replace it. And I think the big thing would be maybe like using lemon water and bring out the taste. But Jason will
lemon. I had to learn how to. Like I had to eliminate salt immediately, all forms of it, and I craved it for months. But I read online, I read an article that fresh lemon juice squeezed, it does something to the taste buds that triggers the same part of the brain as salt. And I would just douse everything with lemon juice, and it really helped, and it completely replaced salt, and I don't crave salt at all anymore. That's only been about the last few weeks. I would say last month probably. But lemon juice was the biggest thing that stopped me from craving salt, and I put it on everything, like anything that I was going to use salt on, and it does work. So if you want to eliminate salt and sodium, fresh lemon juice squeezed on everything will replace the taste of it.
Hello, scalloped potatoes. Yes, we'll make scalloped potatoes. I need to get more potatoes. We only have some little ones left, not enough to make a scalloped potato. And I need to get some more butter as well. So we'll get some ingredients to make that. Definitely make that. I'll make kind of a variation of it. No, like some of the ones I know have cheese and stuff on it, but obviously trying to eliminate salt. There's nothing with cheese on top, but we'll work something out with butter and still make it tasty. Yeah, that's easy to do. With a roux, something with a roux. Well, you wouldn't use it for scalloped potatoes, that's for sure. I could do something with a roux. I could make a soup with a roux. We could maybe do like a cream of. It's still cold enough here to have soups. I'm talking about all these soups. I could do like a cream of broccoli soup or that kind of thing. Yeah, I can do something with a roux for thickening. Sure. Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to get the camera, do a film, and maybe I'll film it separately or something, and then have it on my channel as an instruction video instead of live. Mango salsa I can do. I have a good recipe, and I was going to do this one as well. We will get some pineapple. I have a really good pineapple and lime salsa that is easy to make, and I'm going to show it off to Christine and Dean. And so we'll do that for dinner. It goes really good. It's good with chicken. It's good with salmon. Super easy to make. A little bit, and there's some spice in there as well. Some chili flakes, some cilantro. So yeah, it's a good one. And you can make it and it lasts a little bit. Sam says broccoli soup. Maybe broccoli soup. Yeah, broccoli soup is good. All right, this is boiling. So let's let this simmer. All right, now I'm gonna put in the Rick Astley. I'm gonna put in some peanut butter at the end. It is basically done. We're gonna let it kind of simmer, but I'm gonna put a peanut butter. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon in, and then just kind of see how it tastes, and let it kind of just simmer for a bit to bring the peanut butter. So roughly a tablespoon in there. We'll see. I guess the most most similar kind of idea for taste wise on this is if you've ever had like a Thai, like a Thai chili chicken sauce. It's going to have a similar taste to that, but obviously the Thai peanut sauce is more just peanuts and peanut butter. Like, so it's like that. It's, you know, kind of like the color of peanut because it's mostly peanut butter. That's kind of the similar taste I think this is going to kind of turn out from. So that kind of style, and but not as like thick with peanut butter. Just a little bit on there. And then just to turn it on to simmer, I took it off the saute because it's really, really bubbling. I'll just put it on like slow cook so it just kind of sits and stays warm. Oh, they say the connection. I don't know. Maybe our Wi-Fi. It sometimes does that with live. I'm not sure. We have the internet. It's like the whatever it is, the 80, but maybe Jason's on his phone doing down. Hopefully not downloading dessert. No dessert. Sorry, no dessert tonight. I'll probably have apples. That's kind of my snack for dessert. Is just having a piece of some apples chopped up for a little snack. Pretty simple. Okay, I'm gonna taste this to see how it is. Yep, it's definitely got enough peanut butter. Can taste it, but it's not like eating like a super thick piece of, you know, eating like toast or something like that. The spice is good. It's got a little bit of a kick from the chilies, and well, you can probably hear it bubbling. Yeah, so there's enough of that in there, so that's good. And there's enough. I've got enough chili flakes. You can always add more later if you like it hotter, but that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So it's just gonna let it kind of simmer. Do you want to see it? Oh yeah, Nadia, I can show you the Instant Pot. Yeah, hold on. Apple as dessert. I know it's like, so I know, simple. So let's just see if we can. So there is it bubbling away there. So it looks pretty good. Trying not to drop the computer into everything, but you can kind of see. So it's I would say it's more of like a home style rustic soup rather than like a, you know, really finely chopped or blended soup, but it's gonna be good. Hopefully, tastes good so far. It smells good. So we'll let it go. So if I'm getting the gears for having an apple for dessert, what is everybody having for dessert? You know what? I was craving ice cream yesterday. I was craving like vanilla ice cream. I know, plain too, but I was craving ice cream. Is everybody having dessert? What's everybody's favorite dessert? My favorite dessert is cheesecake. Wine, Christine. Wine. Grapes. Squeeze grapes. That's too good. No, Christine, no bread, but you could have with, like I said, with maybe some rice on the side, something like that would be good because it is still pretty thick. Would be good with maybe some. I'm trying to think for bread, like maybe it's kind of more of maybe like a naan bread. It's not. I mean, it's not Indian, but it's kind of maybe like a pita or something like that. Like maybe those thicker Greek pitas grilled would be good with that to dip it in. Cheesecake, Oreo ice cream, Stella, good choice. That's good. I like Oreo. I like some. I like some. I like some cookie. I like the cookie dough ice cream too. But Oreo is good. Good one. Angel food cake. That's a good one too. Those are good in the summer with like just the whipped cream on top and fresh strawberries. Angel food cake. So simple. Yeah, cheesecake is definitely my favorite. Like the baked cheesecake. It has to be the baked cheesecake. And I like just plain, maybe some strawberries. Miranda, who made banana bread? I like banana bread. Oh, Zoe. Oh, wow. I've got some bananas in the freezer. And then again, no flour to cook with, but I froze them because I couldn't eat them all the time. So maybe I'll make something with that. She sold. I like how she sold it. Maybe she could sell us some. Does she deliver? Or we can lower a rope and a bucket down the patio and just pull it up. Yeah, banana bread is good. It's good in the morning with your coffee. Have some banana bread. It's kind of neat. I think a lot of people are, from what I've seen on people's Facebook and stuff, I think everybody's really trying like new, because we're also going to do, right? Everybody seems to be trying different recipes and different cooking a lot more at home. I mean, saving some money with trying to do it, and just seeing how how actually cheaply you can kind of make a meal instead of everybody was used to going out so much all the time, being so busy, right? We're still busy, but it's definitely different. So you have more time to think about what you're going to make for dinner and make it more of a family. I don't know about it. I'm going to assume everybody else is kind of the same way, but I mean, we've had dinner obviously at home for quite a while before all this was happening, but it's just kind of a good way to learn some new things and try some new things that you would normally never try and make, and different recipes. Well, I don't know about zucchini bread. Not a zucchini bread fan, Susan. Unless that's no. I was gonna say chocolate chips in it, but still, no. Yeah, everybody needs to make some money. I know everybody's it's not good for a lot of people. So hopefully everything kind of comes back as fast as possible. But because I think everybody's kind of definitely really thinking about what they're spending their money on, right? It's you figure out what's important, and food is one of them. So there's some ways to, save some money with that. I think everybody's doing that, and I mean, you want to try and support some of the small, the small businesses where you can order stuff, but a lot of times, I mean, that might not be realistic if you're wanting to make sure there's, if you're not working as much. So it's always good to cook at home if you can. Brunch episode. I could do a brunch episode. I could do something maybe on the weekend. Yeah, that's a good idea. For lunch, we made fried egg sandwiches. That's kind of our like a staple kind of like lunch breakfast kind of thing. Super easy, but I always like those. But we could do frittata. Yeah, I could make a frittata. Once we'll get some more eggs, and we'll get some more vegetables. Definitely, we'll do frittata. Yeah, that's easy in the pan. And then maybe make some like home fries and stuff like that. Have a brunch, get some orange juice. Yeah, we could do that. We'll maybe schedule like I'll figure out what time. We'll do like a brunch live, hanging around. Yeah, small. That's right, Dean. I mean, you got to try and support. I think that's what a lot of people are going to start to do. Is really. I mean, obviously, the restaurants are small businesses. I mean, restaurants. I mean, I know from being in the in the restaurant and hotel business, it's a tough gig in the best of times. For a lot of these small businesses, like the coffee shops and these smaller chains of stuff, these owners that are just, it's a family that owns it and a couple, and it's tough. It's going to be really hard. I think a lot of them, we're not going to see them again, which is unfortunate. So yeah, if you can try and support your local, your local store, if they're able to be open, that's the hard part too. Like a lot of them just aren't open. But if you can, maybe once a week. I know Nadia, there's a pizza place in by her house in Walnut Grove, and the owner there, actually, this is kind of a neat story. So the owner of the pizza place went and took about, it was a picture I saw on Facebook. There was probably 50 pizzas baked, and he took them to the I think it was the hospital. I forget where it was exactly. I think it was the hospital or like somewhere for all the nurses and stuff. And he delivered all the pizzas so they could have something to like dropped off. And then Nadia saw that, and then she ordered a pizza last night from the local place. So that was kind of nice. I mean, everybody seems to be doing their part as much as they can for everything. So that was always good. All right, so this is done. We can almost, I won't keep everybody here because I think most people, I could yammer along for a long time, but this is basically done. So what I'm going to do is put it into a bowl, but I'm going to let it simmer for a while. We're not going to quite eat just yet, but I'll let it simmer for a while. Like I said at the beginning, I did. So right now, obviously, it's complete. It's vegan. So if you don't eat meat or anything like that, it's ready to go when you're ready. You might have wanted to put maybe some more vegetables in there, that kind of stuff. Like I said at the beginning, you can eat it just like that. If you wanted to steam some rice, have a little bit of rice on the side, you could. But I did. I had some chicken in the freezer that I'd taken out a couple days ago, so it had to be cooked. So instead of having, what I'm going to do is chop it up, and then I'll put it in at the very end, just with what we eat, and then I'll keep a piece on the side, maybe have it tomorrow for something else. So if you wanted to add something to like some meat to that, it's definitely really open to what you would want to put in there. I think the best one would probably be chicken. You could maybe, if you had some like stewing beef, maybe might not be. Yeah, it'd be okay. Or if you even have like, I don't know, I think it would work well if you have like, for example, if you were grilling some stuff and you had some leftover, like soups always seem to be better when you like with the meats, is if you cook it ahead of time and then use it the next day, so you can cut it up into nice little pieces and put it in, so it's not like really chunky. That's just for that. So yeah, the pizza place, what was it called? Pizza Mantra. It might be a little bit far for you, Christine, to get there, but maybe, I don't know. You might have to go pick it up. I think they do pick up, but kind of neat. It was good. Yeah, it was a good story. Yeah. So there's things like that. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions before we let everybody go and get back to the dinner. Thanks for joining me, guys, again, and girls, and Stella, and Nadia, and Christine. I think everybody, like, we got all the regulars here. We've had a few new people. I appreciate all the comments along the way. It's pretty fun. It kind of is. It's like a highlight of my day. I kind of like think about what I'm gonna make, get it all ready, and then get to cook dinner with everybody. And like I say, hopefully soon we can start to have people actually here to enjoy dinner together instead of over a camera, but we'll still do it. And I think there's been a few people that have said they want to come over and kind of do their own little demonstration. So that'll be kind of neat to get some different people cooking, showing us some different things, some different recipes, some of their favorite recipes. Highlight of my day from Nadia, I'm sure. But no, it's neat. So if hopefully the time works for everybody, if for some reason, if everybody, just always open to comments. So if you have any feedback, by all means, let me know. If you think it should be done more, if you think it should be done less, if you think it should be done different times, that kind of stuff, I'm open to that. I like the brunch idea, so we'll do that one weekend. I am trying to, like I said, get a bit of a schedule, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think we'll try and do the live, so it can be kind of not too much for everybody, but enough to have a bit of a schedule so you know if you want to pop in when it's on the computer, you can still kind of see it. And I guess while everybody's here, make sure to hit the like button, right? This is where I ask you to do stuff. It always helps the channel if you could hit the like button. I think most people that are commenting are obviously subscribed, because they probably wouldn't be here and be commenting if they weren't. But make sure, if you're not, just make sure you do hit that subscribe button that's down there. If you're new, I appreciate it. It's kind of neat. If there's new, we had a couple new faces today, so that's kind of neat. And they pop in. Hopefully they'll join us again. And for everybody that else is watching, I appreciate it when you shared everything. What I start to do is I'll share the live stream link ahead of time on my Facebook. I did start a page just to kind of keep it off my personal one a little bit, so it can be shared maybe a little bit easier for people. But I do appreciate smash that. Yeah, like the kids say, smash. Don't forget like and subscribe and smash that like button. That's it. I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, for sharing. So I appreciate everybody that's been sharing this stuff. And if I just ask one thing, if you're already subscribed, if you could share it to maybe one person that you know that is maybe looking for ideas to cook and is maybe looking for things to learn, maybe pass the link to them. Doesn't have to be necessarily, they don't have to necessarily join me live, but I will have, like I said, in the description, there's a recipe, so they can kind of watch it and go through and fast forward, skip parts, and they can see the end, the end product. And it always helps my channel out. So I've got just over 600 subscribers so far, so I appreciate it, but I'd like to get more. I'm trying to catch up to Susan and Christine, and it slowed down a little bit, so we'll see. I'm going to scoop this up so you can see it, and then I'll let everybody go, okay? All right. So I'm going, that's it there. So that'll be the veggie version on there. So chickpea peanut butter soup. Hopefully you enjoyed the demo. Hopefully, Susan, I want to see your rest. I want to see you do this one, because you were the one that asked for chickpeas. So yeah, it looks pretty good. It smells good. So I think it's going to be good. I'll let you know. We'll maybe take an after picture. But no, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and have a good dinner. And before we leave, as a reminder, obviously, don't forget, wash your hands. All right, take care. Have a good night. Bye.